What is going on? It is Alex coming back at you with another video, and today I'm bringing on a very familiar guest for a 3-round mock draft. Bro Schmo, I don't think you need to give an introduction, but do so anyway.
I will. Well, what's crack-a-lackin', Alex?
A lot.
How you doing, buddy?
I'm surviving.
Man,
We're
we're gonna
thriving,
be
baby.
doing a 3-round mock, man. It's gonna be a ton of fun. So go ahead, become a bro, and subscribe to Alex and me while you're at it. And
People.
let us know what you think in the comment section below, where we have that nice, beautiful, sensual football discourse. Hit that thumbs up too, if you would kindly.
Appreciate it. So we are going to be doing 3 rounds. One trade, which is the Justin Fields trade, which we've already pre-negotiated. It is going to Arizona. Just kidding. I said that again. Atlanta. And it is going to be for
Not
a
all
second.
bird teams are the same, Alex.
Dude, I swear to God, I must, like, there's something wrong. All the
Not all
bird teams get
birds
mixed
look
up.
alike, Alex.
I know. I'm pretty speciesist. It's pretty bad. But
You
we
said
ended
it,
up
not me.
selecting a second rounder this year and a fourth rounder in 2025. So no more trades for the rest of the duration of this. There's going to be a much more polished version of this on Schmo's channel. So feel free to be able to see the more proper version. This is going to be just us actually making the picks and being ourselves with a lot more of that thought process in there. So stay tuned. It's going to be great.
Yep. So let me go ahead and take Caleb Williams at number 1. It makes too much sense. This is the Panthers pick. Do you think the Bears will be in another situation like this? I do not. Caleb Williams is one of the most toolsy guys we've seen in a little while, and it just makes sense to reset the rookie timer at the most valuable position on an NFL roster, being quarterback. So let's go ahead. Let's do that. I know immediately there's going to be some comments saying, oh, this is already an invalid draft. The Bears took a quarterback, even though it's not the most likely option.
It's a free number 1 overall pick. I mean, you could try to trade it away, but it's like, how many more times are you going to get that lucky and get a number 1 overall pick?
Shoot, they could even balls to the wall, be like, hey, Justin Fields, we're bringing in competition and have a competition in camp.
They could do that. I mean, I don't know how financially that would work out, but teams could get desperate.
You don't sign Justin to his 5th year or 5th year option, and you just end up trading him for lesser value. Earlier in the season. That's how that works.
Yeah. I just prefer to do what we did.
Exactly.
At pick number 2 for the Washington Commanders, I am going to go after my number 2 overall quarterback, and that's going to be Jayden Daniels. I think that Jayden also works a little bit better with Cliff. Just the mobility aspect. I think his game is more comparable to Kyler. Granted, that was an absolute travesty, but I think that the mobility aspect will actually be maximized a little bit more with Jayden. Middle of the field processing is not his game, but I think that's something that could develop over time. He has the escapability and the mobility to really take it to another level. And I always give respect for players who overcome almost insurmountable odds. And when Jayden Daniels was the worst or second worst quarterback in all of college for uncatchable throw rate just a couple of years ago, and then started throwing absolute dimes to receivers running unbelievable speeds, that shows legitimate work, legitimate progression. That's something that I'm going to count on my quarterback 10 out of 10 times.
All right. This makes it easy on me because I'm Patriots. I got Drake May in the face. I will not look a gift horse in the mouth. I will take Drake May. You get your quarterback of the future.
I love how this is just the more polished version right now. We're just like going extremely like,
no, this is about to slow up real quick.
Oh yeah, I know. This is the beginning of the draft. Y'all know exactly what's going to happen after this. If you watch a couple of our mock drafts, we're going to start tearing each other apart pretty damn soon. But at pick number 4, I have this one Cardinals fan, Makai, absolutely detests going wide receiver, especially early.
Well, get better at wide receiver then.
This is true. And we're going to get better at wide receiver. We're going Marvin Harrison Jr. out of The Ohio State University. Overheard a particular very popular ESPN source at a bar say that multiple teams have Malik Neighbors above Marvin Harrison Jr., but this is not one of those teams. I think they value a little bit more of that size and a little bit more of that versatility than Malik Neighbors, who brings a lot more of the explosiveness to the table. Marvin Harrison Jr. is kind of a can't miss guy.
Yeah, this one's gonna be an interesting one, being Jim Harbaugh's first pick.
Yeah.
And all in all, man, he's gonna be a guy that I think wants to run the football. So I'm gonna go with OT1, and I'm gonna take Joe Alt. I know some people will be like, "Oh, it's Jim Harbaugh. He loves tight ends." I don't think he loves tight ends at pick 5.
That's me. Well, yeah. So you're going Joe Alt.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Joe Alt.
My only counter to that, because I do bring up the fact that, he's always had elite level tight ends and linebackers wherever he went, both of which are not available for the Chargers, is the fact that Brock is a really damn good blocker. So you can almost use him as an extra lineman.
Yeah, but he's also going to be 240, and it's going to hit different in the NFL.
That is also a valid point. Pick number 6 for the New York Giants. I'm going to be going Malik Neighbors here. If teams have him above Marvin Harrison Jr., it's pretty obvious that he's going to be going really damn high. The explosiveness is insane. His ability to do stop routes like a curl route on a dime is commendable. I wish he did a little bit more sharper, full speed sharp cuts like out routes and in routes, but those are extreme net picks. He's an amazing wide receiver. The Giants have been dying for an explosive weapon since OBJ, so they're going to go back to LSU to get there next.
All right, so hear me out, Alex.
I'm hearing you.
I'm sitting here at pick 7. It's an offensive lineman.
Okay.
For me, the question is who now with Brian Callahan there as the head coach.
Yeah.
And you might be like, okay, do we just give up on Andre Dillard's contract?
Yes.
Which I would say yes.
Yes.
The question is, okay, who do they prefer? Are they going to prefer maybe Olufashanu, a more toolsy guy? Or are they going to maybe be like, okay, let's just get that right tackle spot with Tanis Fuaga and just sure it up? Is he going to be a good fit there for Callahan? I think he is. So I think they're going to go potentially maybe they'll have Fuaga over Fashanu. I know some people are saying like there's this like Fashanu will fall. I don't think he's going to fall that far. I don't think he's going to fall, period. But I think with the tight ends, maybe with Fuaga, he had a solid Senior Bowl. He already brings it in terms of being a very good run blocker.
Mm-hmm.
And I think there's enough there as a pass protector, especially with the improvement this year, to be like, yeah, no, you know what? Okay, Andre Dillard, have another go at left tackle this year. We're going to go ahead. We're going to take Fuaga there to be our right tackle. You could kick in Petit Frere to right guard, and suddenly you're feeling good about your line. You could, in theory, do the same thing with Olufashanu, but
yeah,
I'm going to go with Fuaga here. They're pretty close, in my opinion.
I'll say this, that actually ends up supporting your view a little bit. So did I tell you I ran into Ramon Foster when I was over at the Senior Bowl? Okay, so yeah, he's their O-line scout. So ran into him, talked to him for a little bit because we went to the wrong gate. Love that. Trauma bonding. But the names he was actually bringing up were Tali Fuaga as well as Tyler Guyton. He was actually really impressed with the right tackles at the Senior Bowl. So it could very well end up being that they are in the market because they were not exclusively looking for a pure left. So I think Tali Fuaga is a perfectly fine choice.
Yeah, because I mean, then what do you do if Dillard sticks on the roster? What do you do with him, right? You move him to left guard? No, Peter Skoronski's there.
You could move Ferrer back to left tackle where he was at Ohio State and then move Dillard to right guard.
Man, yeah. I mean, it gets I think that gets a little messy, and I think this is a little easier way to go about it.
We'll see who's there. I mean, there are 2 more picks for the Titans where it could end up being they could end up becoming a left tackle pick that ends up falling as well. So you're just getting good value. By the way, I'm going to bring this up right now before our more polished video. The Jaguars' 3rd round pick should be the Falcons if they don't re-sign Ridley. Just saying that right now. They did not factor that in.
I think
PFF
I think Ridley will be with the squad.
That means the Jaguars' 2nd round pick will then be the Falcons.
Ooh, maybe not then. Let's just leave it as is. Let's let free agency decide all this.
So, yeah, but one of the picks is going to be theirs. So it's 79 or 48. Which one do you want it to be for the Falcons?
Golly, man.
It's one of them. It was part of the trade. They just didn't select it yet.
Well,
Which
we
I don't
already
understand.
gave 48 away.
Well, we gave the Falcons pick, which I think is like 44. But yeah. Let's imagine
right.
if they don't re-sign him, just for simplicity.
Okay.
Until we get proven otherwise. It's better to go for the lower value pick than the higher one. So
All right.
I'm
So
just going to send it right now. Jacksonville's 3rd round pick going to Atlanta. The amount of comments I get, and then I literally will bring it up in the video and just forget about it. It's my fault, but it is what it is. So this time, Falcons fans get another pick. Woot woot.
Oh boy.
We love it. Okay,
After
so
we just took away their second.
we did. So we gave more fun for the Falcons. And also, I mean, we'll be fine with the Jaguars anyways. They have a comp 3rd, if I'm not mistaken. So pick number 8 for the Falcons, though. Brock Bowers is here. I wish just pair him up with Kyle Pitts. But there's only one wide receiver on roster, and that's Drake London. That's not going to be a free agent. I do think Rome Odunze should be in the consideration. What's going to be there in round 3 are some pretty damn solid edge rushers for that value. I assume Javon Solomon. I know you're high on Marshall Nealand, so I'm not going to guess that he's going to be there. But at pick 74 and 79, I sense that I might be able to get proper value. At wide receiver, I don't know. So I'm going to go Rome Odunze out of Washington.
I really wanted him for the Bears.
I know. In my mock draft I just had recently, I actually had Malik Neighbors slip to 8. So that was like the pick for them. I was like, holy crap, I did not expect that. So Rome Odunze goes to the Falcons.
All right. I'm not gonna lie, if I'm the Bears here, I would really consider taking Olu Fashanu and then moving Braxton Jones for like a 3rd rounder. It gets a little messy. It is what it is. But I'm gonna stick with taking an edge talent to support Montez Sweat. I'm a big Jared Verse guy. I think he's a better fit for Eberflus's scheme. So I'm gonna take Jared Verse.
Yeah. I think so too. Even though I have Dallas Turner higher, I think Jared Verse is a better.
They're literally on my big board. It's Verse Turner.
Yeah.
So
I mean, they're so close. Like all the edge rushers are very talented at the top here. Pick number 10, though. This seems to be a pretty easy choice. I'm going the best offensive tackle in the class. You got an old dude in Aaron Rodgers. You got to protect him. Olu Fashanu is the pick.
Very nice, very nice. I don't like going quarterback here for the Vikings. I think some way, somehow, maybe Kirk Cousins finds his way back to Minnesota, which doesn't mean they don't have to go quarterback here. I mean, they still can, but I think I would rather just take the swing on Dallas Turner. They have their top 3 edges are free agents.
Yeah.
So
I totally agree with that.
Yeah, it just makes all the sense in the world. If this pick's not quarterback, it's edge.
Yeah, that's fair. I've seen some defensive interior mentions for them from a couple people. I think that because they haven't
good enough that they can wait if they want.
I think it's just because they haven't drafted an edge rusher since like 2005 in the first. But
times are changing.
Times change, man. There's always a first for everything. Pick 12 for the Denver Broncos. It's honestly so tough to pass on Brock Bowers right now. I would so want to use him in this team, but I just can't. Terry and Arnold gets me excited, especially with the rumors that Pat Surtain could have been traded. Huh?
Said pause? Phrase it. He gets you excited?
Oh, yeah. The idea of such a versatile, fluid guy being on this team gets me going. I do want to throw this other idea out, and I want to hear your thoughts on it. So during the season, Garrett Bowles was highlighting how he was kind of tired of losing. What do you think about him potentially not being on the team next year and them going after a high upside player like Amari Sims?
He is also an interesting cap casualty because I think it frees up like $16 million potentially. I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility because this is a team that does need to clear some cap space considering what they're about to do to Russ.
Well, they're about to violate Russ like that. I'm going to go Terry and Arnold here. I think edge rusher might have been the more smart position to target, but with Pat Surtain's future technically up in the air, but also them just, I mean, you can never go wrong going DB. Terry and Arnold is super fluid, very smart, needs a little bit more tweaking and polishing. And I think Pat Surtain, if he's there, is a great mentor to do that. If he is not, Terry and Arnold definitely could be the top guy for the job.
All right, Las Vegas Raiders. Who is the Raiders now OC?
Getsy,
It's Getsy. That's right. Freaking
that bum.
Oh, that's why I can't remember. I was like, no, Chip Kelly's talking to the Seahawks
Because he's not memorable.
Cliff Kingsbury ditched the Raiders.
Yep. That was funny.
All right. I'm going to go with Byron Murphy.
Ooh.
Yeah, they have a couple of spots on that interior, like Adam Butler's a free agent.
Yeah.
Jerry Tillery, I think, can be a cap casualty, though he saw some success with them last year. Regardless, I think I know that they utilize Tyree Wilson a little bit on the interior, but they probably view him as a long-term at edge. So let's get some spice. Let's get the spicy meatball up in the middle there in a Byron Murphy, who led all pass rushers in pass rush win rate this past year by a lot.
He's a monster.
Dude,
he's both our ideal one. Like, freak player. Pick 14, I'm also going to be technically making pick 15 by doing this. I am passing on Brock Bowers, and I'm going to select Amarius Mims, tackle out of Georgia, 6'7", 340. I mean, even the right tackle spot with Ramchick isn't secured for the future, but he's going to be a great addition at left tackle.
Yeah. Just a little context. Ramchick, knee problem, currently doesn't know what his playing career looks like.
Yeah. So it's up in the air.
Oh, man, I really was ready to take a corner here.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I have to take Brock Bowers.
Yeah.
Jelani Woods missed all of this past season with an injury, unfortunately. Don't know what you got in him. Kylan Granson is a big slot. Mo Alley Cox could be a cap casualty, even if they bring him back. Is he a tight end one? So, Brock Bowers, man.
Brock Bowers, it is. Pick 16 with Seattle Seahawks. Now, if I'm not mistaken, isn't Abe Lucas dealing with some knee injury or some knee issue as well?
Yeah, he was plagued this year by a knee injury. I don't know if it's like a long-term thing.
Yeah. If that's the case, keep your eye out on him, JC Latham, because I think his run blocking day one also is a massive asset to this team. But I honestly need to do a little more research before, coming to that conclusion. I think Jackson Powers Johnson is a sneaky move. This team's thrown away positional value as well as just where people should be on the board for where they're actually selecting. And they just end up getting really good players who would be a massive asset day one. JPJ ended up playing through an injury during the Senior Bowl, just announced. So definitely a position where I think they will be looking to upgrade that left guard spot. And then plus, if Olu Oluwatimi can't actually hold up as a long-term center, you have your future at center on the roster, or you can play musical chairs and see where people fit the best. So JPJ is going to be my guy here.
Dang, dude. I love getting him for the Dolphins.
I know. I really like that pick. I did it a couple days ago, and it's like, yeah, it feels good. It feels good.
I've been loving going Brian Thomas here for the Jags, but now with Ryan Nielsen there, maybe they want to get serious about the defense. Defense was kind of a mess during the second half of the season. I'm going to go with Quinion Mitchell.
Ooh, yep. That's the pick I go with.
Yeah, dude is such a fluent athlete. Like, dude, I was shocked at the Senior Bowl that how dominant. Like, he was the best player at the Senior Bowl. Like, I'm sure you were there. I was on my couch spectating, but like, I'm sure he was the talk of the town. He was the belle of the ball.
Yeah, I think it's because so many. I don't know if it was just because of his play. I will say it was because he's played off coverage the majority of his career, and this was the first time that people got to see him up close. But yeah, did a phenomenal job there. I think that my one issue with him is that I don't think he handles losses very well. He just seems to get a little bit in his own head, sulks a little bit, super minute, but maybe a little bit over analysis. I just think that he gets in his own head a little too much, but that's something that could easily be fixed. He's still young. Still has plenty of time to grow and develop, and Tyson Campbell would actually be a really good mentor for him. It's a pick I make, so I can't really complain. Pick 18 for the Cincinnati Bengals. I'm going to go J.C. Latham. When you get rid of one Bama right tackle, why not replace him with another? So, even though Jonah was,
I love that. I love it.
When in doubt,
so hear me out. There's a fun thing I could do here.
Okay.
I could keep JJ McCarthy at least close to Jim Harbaugh. They'll be in the same city.
Lord.
I could do that. I don't think that's what the Rams are going to do, though.
Same stadium, too.
Yeah. I like the idea of keeping Latu in LA as well.
Mm-hmm.
But I look at that back seven, and it's like, man, at outside corner, they're either small and fast or big and slow.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you already know. We're going Nate Wiggins.
Yeah. Super
I want a little bit of the both.
Yeah.
Like Nate Wiggins, youngest corner in this class. He's going to fill out that frame. I ain't worried about him at 185. But he's going to test out phenomenally.
It's a fair point, my friend. Fair point. Okay, so Pittsburgh Steelers at pick.
Boy, we really haven't really been rude to one another. What the heck's up?
Because the first part of the draft is kind of solidified at this point. We're going to start.
You're right. Soon. We'll start talking crap on day 2.
I mean, I was expecting a little bit of crap from Jackson Powers Johnson.
No, I love him, dude.
I know.
I know. Pushed him to the moon.
Well, it's like the picks that I think would have been contentious a month ago are picks that I'm making now. So it's like I can't really get mad at a pick that I've made. But regardless, for pick 20 for the Steelers, I'm looking between Kool-Aid McKinstry and Ennis Rakestraw Jr. here. I don't think the offensive line options are solid. Oh,
hear me out.
Hearing.
JJ McCarthy.
So, anyways.
Hear me out. Bo Nix.
I do think a quarterback upgrade wouldn't be a bad idea. But the last time we were around this range and forced a pick on a quarterback that wasn't worth it at this spot, we ended up with Kenny Pickett, who we're trying to replace.
You know what? You're right. Let's wait for the hand measurements to come out first.
Now we're on the same page. I've heard rumors that some teams might want Kool-Aid to go to safety because of a lack of actual pure speed. That's just pure rumors rather than anything.
Oh, dude was a returner.
I know. I don't get it. But there are just those rumors walking around. I don't trust Kool-Aid's work ethic the way I do Ennis Rakestraw. Kool-Aid takes reps off. You'll see it. You see it. When you watch him, you see that he takes a couple reps off. Now, when he bounces back, he ends up being the best corner in this draft. But what I also see is that Ennis Rakestraw can play in the slot as well as the boundary, and he's so fluid as an athlete. I love Ennis Rakestraw. He's my corner 2. So I'm going to take my corner 2 to my number 1 team.
Yeah. A lot of people like Rakestraw, man. I'm not on that boat yet.
Just keep watching, man. Watch that Georgia game.
I mean, I like Rakestraw. I like him.
Watch
It's
the
just
Georgia
people game. Like you know when you love a prospect, there's always someone out there that loves them more.
I don't know if there's anybody who loves Ennis Rakestraw as much as I do. He's my number 9 player.
Golly, dude.
I know.
We're bursting at the seams here.
I know. I love him. Love Ennis Rakestraw.
Dang, dude, you took JC Latham. Marius Mims is gone too.
Oh yeah, all the tackles are gone. Well, Guyton's still there, but
Guyton's there.
I don't.
But he's project.
Yeah.
I get it. Tools. And the movement skills, it's perfect for Mike McDaniels.
Yeah.
Why am I talking myself into this? I was literally about to just sad take Troy Fatsanu. You know what? I'm gonna just say, hey, screw it. Let's see what offensive line looks on day 2. Because honestly, this interior class for offense is one of the best I've seen.
It's really solid.
It's stacked.
Yeah.
And I would love to get a replacement for Terry and Armstead. Don't know what he might retire. Who knows? We'll find out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be fun.
Are you gonna go to Fondre?
No. I'm going to go Brian Thomas.
Okay. Yeah. That's a round 1 or 2 need. Absolutely.
Oh, Tavondre would be fun, though.
Yeah, I know. You said I was going to be fun. I was like, ooh.
That is fun.
Dude, people have been commenting the need for a nose tackle in my comments for the Dolphins for like the past week and a half. And I'm like, ooh, I really like
I'm not too worried about it. Like Anthony Weaver, at least based on what he's done in Baltimore, because he was like the DC for Houston for like 1 year or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's radically different what they're doing in Baltimore. Baltimore doesn't really rely on like one guy there in the interior. And if anything, they like those penetrators. Like at least that's the guys we talk about, guys like Matabuke.
Yeah.
But we'll just get deeper. And it's fine. This is a defensive interior class that's actually relatively deep. This is why the Dolphins should trade back.
Yeah.
Get some more picks because we're missing that 3rd and 4th rounder. We don't have a pick after the 2nd round until the 5th round. So it would just be smart for him too.
Yeah, I think it would be very smart, especially I'm trying to find a team that would be actually looking for a potential safety here. Because obviously you're not going to trade in division with the Bills, but I was seeing if a team wanted to move up for DeJean. Like
I think the Chiefs might be a spot that moves up for wide receiver.
You could do that as well, but you're essentially arming your competitor.
And this is literally similar range to what they did for Trent McDuffie, where they moved up from, I think they were 29 to 21.
Yeah. Well, I was just trying to see if you would just not want to really arm your competitor, but that's okay.
I mean, it is what it is. Like
it is what it is.
The Chiefs are going to screw us no matter what.
True. And quick question: are we going based off of like more what we think will happen or what we think should?
I'm doing what I want to do.
Fair. Okay.
I feel like
we're gonna do it.
What we think can happen could wait till after free agency.
You're not wrong, my friend. You are not wrong. Okay, so screw Howie. We, as the Philadelphia Eagles, are going to make a better move. What I'm looking at primarily is Cooper DeJean because I think his versatility as a short-term safety, because I think, that's valuable as well. I think Vic Fangio likes that versatility as well. That, to me, you can play him literally everywhere. Sydney's still recovering from that ACL. Could see Kevin Byard be a cap casualty as well. Yep. So that you're pretty much down to Reed at that point. You might want that actual boundary boss who could actually play safety as well. And I don't think there's any corner on the team that can handle CeeDee Lamb. But if Cooper DeJean's there, I think he has the physicality and the build to do so. I sense that you're about to charge up and say something, though.
No, I like it. What I was going to charge up and say is like, I think he's a boundary guy. Like, it's cool. He could probably play slot and safety and be really good, but I think he could be a really good corner.
Well, that's what's so great about him is that he can play safety or slot while Sydney's recovering, and then also play. You will find the role for him wherever he goes. And similar to guys like Tyler Steen, who's a tackle, who can also play guard, like I think they value that versatility. So it's a little bit realistic, but Cooper DeJean's that type of guy.
Okay. So I'm probably going to run to the podium and say Drazon Newton, right?
It's a smart move.
But there's a little part inside of me that's like Tyler Guyton. Like, you don't like with Howard, you could play him at left guard and bam, Guyton's there at right tackle.
Expensive.
Or you could even have Guyton just develop for a little bit and have Howard play right tackle. I don't know if there's a long-term picture. I know that they signed him to a relatively long-term deal.
Yeah.
But I don't know if Howard is really in the future plans in the next couple of seasons for the Texans. There's a part of me in there that's saying that.
Interesting.
But I'm going to go with Drazon Newton.
That's a smart decision.
Yeah. D'Amico Ryans loves his depth on the defensive line. I think they're going to bring back Grenard. I think Derek Barnett, he was very successful there. I think he's going to come back on a 1-year deal. He was like fire down the stretch. it's okay. Let's get this interior. Let's get a deep rotation going there. So yeah, I'm gonna go with him there.
Fair point. I picked 24 for the Dallas Cowboys. I think that the options that I'm most open to, left tackle, center for the most part, but Tyler Guyton needs a year to develop, or at least half a year. And I don't think Tyron Smith's done. I think Tyler Guyton is the perfect option to sit, develop as a left tackle, because I still think he needs more. He needs more development time, but this is going to be your biggest return on investment. I'm going to go Tyler Guyton out of Oklahoma.
That's fair. That's fair.
Also, there's not many tackles I trust in this class for the Cowboys pick ranges.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I think it drops off.
Yeah.
Pretty well, because then you're asking questions like, is Jordan Morgan a guard or a tackle?
Yep.
Is Kingsley Sumate, is he a guard or a tackle? It's like, okay. All right. I got the Packers.
Yeah, Karan's not going to be available at that next pick.
Yeah. I think I'm probably just gonna go with Kool-Aid. I think it's good value.
Yeah.
They really need cornerback depth.
Mm-hmm.
It's a volatile position. Keep throwing talent at it. Keep adding competition and depth. Eric Stokes hurt. Jair Alexander, is he the captain? I don't know. So let's go ahead, just get more talent there. Carrington Valentine had a very solid rookie year for a late day 3 pick, but still, just keep adding to the position.
Kool-Aid. Okay, pick 26 for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We'll speed this up a little bit more. I'm actually just going to skip.
Are we?
No, we're not. I'm going to go Leatu Latu. I think the talent is requisite. The need is there. If the health checks out, he should be it. Even though I tend to like Braylon Trice more, but Latu to me just fits exactly what the Buccaneers should go after.
All right, Cardinals. There's one pick I really like. It's fun. Okay. It's not sexy, but it's fun. But I'm gonna take a quick look at what they got working at. Okay. So left guard's basically just a hole.
A hole, yeah.
A hole.
You're gonna go guard this early.
Yeah, I was thinking T'Vondre Sweat, not sexy, but he's a guy that'll come in there, be a very good run stuffer, and offer some at least offer as can be a pocket pusher.
Oh yeah,
yeah. But I think I'm gonna go with Troy Fautanu, who can moonlight at left tackle for them.
Okay.
Troy. But ideally, he will be the guard of the future there for the Arizona Cardinals.
Didn't he measure at 34-inch arms? Like, dude actually has tackle length arms.
He did not measure out anything because he wasn't at the Senior Bowl.
I thought he measured and then just didn't practice.
No, I don't have measurements for him.
Okay, for some reason I heard that Troy had like tackle length arms, so that's tripping me up. Okay. So, pick 28 for the Buffalo Bills. A wide receiver 2 feels like the easy position to target. Troy Franklin, super fluid as an athlete, kind of feels actually like he could be a successor to Stephon Diggs. Keon Coleman will add a whole entire new aspect to this offense. That could be pretty cool. And then, I don't know, like wide receiver feels like the position to easily run to. Safety-wise, I don't think anybody's valuable enough. Corner-wise, I think that there's nobody remotely close to valuable enough. I don't think we're talking about that enough either. This cornerback class got pretty poor pretty quick because the value on day 2 is just not the
There
same.
Are some guys that I have started to like on day 2.
Well, yeah, but the talent on day 1 is like we got multiple bona fide starters, and then it's like, okay, we kind of like these other dudes. That's like how I'm taking it at the moment. But I'm actually going to go Keon Coleman. I'm going to take the chance at getting a 6'4", 215-pound super weapon that doesn't need to be a separator because you already have that on your roster.
All right, Lions. I don't think there's a corner. We've already seen 6 of them go.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think there's a corner there that's really going to drive me crazy. Could think about the edge class. but I know that they would love to fill in the middle there with someone other than Benito Jones. So I'm going to go with Tavondre Sweat for the Lions.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah, and then we'll look at corner and edge on day 2.
Yeah. All right. Pick 30 for the Ravens. Wide receiver is going to be the position I go right here. Most likely going to be Troy Franklin. I just want to replace OBJ. And I feel like all this team does right now is try to put more and more around Lamar. Take with that as you will. MVP. Might as well just continue giving him absolutely no excuses. I think Troy is just a seamless transition and actually might be a better version of what OBJ was supposed to be.
Golly, buddy.
What?
Just like poached this wide receiver class for the Chiefs, man.
AD Mitchell's still there. That's honestly
He
a better.
is.
I love AD Mitchell to the Chiefs.
But how much I feel kind of, I'm not gonna lie, I feel kind of better. Like, okay, maybe pick 63. I could go and get that guy. It's kind of
Maybe.
where I'm at, but there's nothing really jumping out at me.
Yeah. Chris Jenkins. Kind of be their Chris Jones. Chris for Chris.
Jenkins in the first round.
It's a stretch, but yeah.
It is. That's the thing. A lot of the picks at this point feel a little bit like stretches. I think the only guys that still have first round grades for me are all quarterbacks.
Really? I don't have any more quarterbacks with the first round grade.
I don't
I
mind.
agree.
I don't mind Bo Nix or JJ McCarthy at the back end of the first round.
I don't mind them, but that's still not a first round grade. I'm just like, oh, that happened.
I like Bo Nix. I think he come in and immediately like start for a squad and not put the ball in harm's way. I think JJ McCarthy, the tools warrant enough to where he's going to interview well, and if a team wants to take a shot on him.
Bo Nix is 34th on my board, so it's not like I think he's buns.
Yeah, Bo Nix is 28th right now. So
okay, look at you. Now you're the Bo Nix truther. I used to be the Bo Nix truther.
Dude, I used to hate Bo Nix, man, and now I'm coming to his defense, and it's really starting to piss me off. I guess I'm going. Am I going AD Mitchell?
Do it.
Yeah,
it's such a good fit.
Let's send it. I'm going AD Mitchell.
AD Mitchell.
I don't love it, but I like it enough.
Okay, at pick 32 for the Niners, I do this all the time. I'm going to go Kingsley Suamataia, a dude who has experience at right tackle, will play there in the short run, and will continue to develop and learn to be the future at left tackle once Trent Williams retires.
Yeah, I have right now my comp for Suamataia is Matthew Bergeron. Yeah, I think the NFL is going to look at him like he's a guard.
Maybe.
Yeah,
well, even
because
then,
he's so freaking strong.
Yeah. I think he was stronger at 330. When he lost his weight, he kind of got a little bit on the weaker side. He pulled an opposite of the Darius Robinson. Lost weight and got worse.
Yeah.
All right, you're up, my friend.
I know. I'm thinking, should I just like... No, I'm not going to do that yet. I was gonna send this draft into just complete chaos. But you kind of have to, actually, with the Panthers pick.
Send it into chaos, bro.
No, I think
Brennan Rice. Do it.
Dude, I don't even have him as a day 2 guy.
Wow. Okay.
He can't separate worth crap.
Yeah.
I like his release package, and I like what he's at the cash point, but it's not enough to where I'm like, oh, this guy's Michael Pittman. He's not.
That's fair.
I think if you're going, okay, this is going to be strap in.
All right.
I think there's a chance Brian Burns hits free agency.
There's a chance.
Part of me is starting to think that they're not going to franchise tag him.
They could tag and trade him as well, though.
They could do that. That would be so smart.
I don't know why they don't do that. They have this the flexibility for it too.
Yeah. So I think I'm actually going to go with an edge here, but I think I'm going to replace him.
Okay.
With an athletic freak.
Chop.
I'm going with Chop.
The last Penn State player I think that they took was Brandon Smith, who they cut
Yep.
in the preseason, I think.
Yep. And don't ask who their other edge is because he was also Penn State.
Yetur Gross Matos, baby.
Yep. Yeah. But I mean, Chop, people are forgetting about Chop. I think he's going to come in. He's going to measure a little bit better than you like a Chris Braswell. And he's going to put on display in terms of athleticism.
Yeah.
So
he's my number 32 player, so I don't see an issue with it. Pick 34 for the Patriots. So went after Fake May in round 1. Looking at the options, I'm debating on just testing out Jordan Morgan as a tackle. But
warranted. Dude, Patriots have so much cap space this year.
I know. I mean, I'm thinking like maybe even go because I don't know many other positions. Maybe wide receiver. We should look at wide receiver. Forget about the fact I didn't take Marvin Harrison Jr. in round number 1. I think this team's willing to take some creative liberties and stretch a little bit further than what some people are comfortable with. I'm going to go Jalen Polk out of Washington. 6'4" or 6'2", 204 pounds. Dynamic after the catch. It's a little bit early for him, but I don't know who's going to be there in round 3, and this team needs a weapon, and he is a weapon.
Well, with the way you're drafting wide receiver, not a lot.
I know.
Not a lot.
You're the one who's been taking them.
Right? No.
Oh,
no,
yeah.
You took Franklin. You took Coleman. You forced me to take Mitchell.
That's fair. You took Thomas, though, so that's your fault.
That's not my fault. You took all the offensive tackles and Jackson Powers-Johnson. You're forcing my hand.
Oops.
Arizona Cardinals. This is where we need to go defense, right?
See, this was where we need to
go defense.
Yeah,
they got
BJ.
Falcone. Yeah, they got BJ Ojolari. So they got the speed out there. I think now you come in with a little bit of that raw power. I'm gonna go with Braylon Trice. I'm gonna go back to the Washington well once more.
Okay, I was curious if you're gonna go Trice or Robinson. Where do you have Robinson on your board?
Chop?
No, Darius.
Oh, Darius. I have him. I will say he is inside. He's at 41.
He's at 30 on mine.
Yeah. I think he looked impressive, but like he really utilized all that space that was afforded to him in those one-on-ones. And he's just not going to see that space.
That's fair. But he also is still getting used to having the mobility because the dude is fucking slow. Like, that was my one issue with him. I boosted his athleticism and get off both by 3. And it's like, that's what made the big difference. I was like, yeah, this guy actually can do something now. But 36 with the Commanders. Got Jaden Daniels in the first. Tackle-wise, could test out Jordan Morgan because that left guard spot's not even that good either. Honest, they could use help multiple spots on that offensive line. It might be worth taking the risk. You're holding something back.
I'm literally trying to decide what I'm going to do for the Chargers.
I'm going to go Jordan Morgan. He was a potential first-round offensive tackle, kind of played himself out of the first round at the Senior Bowl. Potentially played himself out of being a tackle, but this is a team where you're just going to find out the role that's best for him.
All right. I have pick 69 with the Chargers.
Go JJ McCarthy. Absolute chaos.
Yeah, I want that to be funny.
Bring mock draft down.
Yeah, no, I think I'm actually gonna keep. Am I gonna do that? I think I am gonna do that.
Do it. Junior Colson.
No, not Junior Colson.
He's going in this round. I can guarantee you.
I'm pretty high on no. Yes. All right.
Do it.
I'm going Ricky Pearsall.
Ooh. Wow.
They are going to get a route runner. They are going to get a guy who is a legit vertical threat, and they're going to get a dude that has some of the most insane catches in college football. They want that receiver. They got that receiver. And guess what? He literally pairs up well with what they already have if they retain Keenan Allen, which I imagine they will, with Palmer, with QJ. So
Quentin Johnston. Titans. I'm debating getting just gonna just burn this place to the ground and going another tackle in Karan Amajaje. I love that dude so much.
Truly, you would be burning.
I would be burning this place to the ground. Xavier Legette complements this receiving core really damn well, though. They need another receiving weapon.
I mean, kind of.
Well, I'm debating of like the future DeAndre Hopkins, assuming that he eventually leaves and Traylon Burks takes his role. Like this is long vision.
Feel like Leggett is a lot what people expected Burks to be going in that draft. Big and fast.
Yeah, I agree. So that's why I'm thinking Burks takes over a role that we didn't expect. Xavier takes over the role that they wanted in the first place. I think that could be it, but with Brian Callahan there, I could also see him trying to get his next Tyler Boyd and Ladd McConkey. That'd be
let's start taking these white wide receivers.
I know. I'm like, yo, like, let's go. Come on. I think I'm still gonna go Xavier though, because this is a longer term vision. Even though Xavier is older, you can also use him in a multifaceted role. He also has those big plays that you don't get to have out of everybody, and DeAndre just doesn't have a long career left as a pure wide receiver one.
So all right, so we're going Leggett. All right. This pick's actually it's gonna be pretty easy for me. I'm gonna go with JJ McCarthy here.
Fair.
Yep. Fair. Danny Dimes ain't the future. Let's get a better looking quarterback in there.
What do you mean by that?
JJ is a good looking man.
Oh, okay. All right.
And now he's in the Big Apple. Godspeed. Right. Don't pull a Zach Wilson.
Oh my goodness. Okay. So pick 40. I did not think I'd actually see Karan Amajaje here. Deep down, I just want to kick Jordan Morgan back to inside and say, screw you. I'm going to take Karan to be my tackle.
I mean, you could. Who's their left guard?
Chris Paul.
Okay.
I know. I'm debating it, dude. That's why it's legit. But they have no edge rushers.
But they do have no edge rushers here.
And you got Ellis and Robinson here, who I have respectively at 26 and 30 on my board. But I could, of course, it's easier to get value at edge rusher than value as a starting tackle. I'm going to take Karan Amajaje and say, screw it. We're going to figure this out. We're getting one of our tackles, if not both of them. We'll see who fits and where.
All right.
Yeah.
Very interesting. All right. Green Bay Packers.
I just sneezed. I felt it coming.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Congratulations. Right. Get the hell out of here.
So
this is where the mock draft devolves into absolute chaos.
So I took Kool-Aid McKinstry.
Yep.
And now
I love that I don't have to draft for the Packers until the 3rd.
I'm gonna go with a little flexibility on that offensive line.
Ooh, Graham.
Yep, I'm going Graham Barden. You called it right from the get-go.
Hi, Graham.
Yep.
All right.
Is he a center? Oh, is he a guard? Can we play a little tackle? There you go.
It kind of sounds like Zach Tom, though.
Yeah. I mean, if anything, Graham Barton immediately plugs in for Runyon, who's a free agent this year.
Yeah.
And maybe he ends up being a better center than guard, which is great because Josh Myers ain't nothing special.
Fair. Okay, for the Vikings at 42, do I want to have a beautiful thumbnail with Michael Penix in a Vikings uniform? Or do I want to go after the better quarterback in Bo Nix?
Mamma mia, that's a spicy take.
Well, Michael Penix has the age and injury issues. Bo Nix certainly is only a year behind.
I mean, he's got this. Bo Nix got the age too.
He got the age, it's just not the injury issues. Michael Penix, 3 season-ending injuries. less mobility, needs more work on his mechanics. The question is, will Kirk be there? If Kirk is there, hot take, I think Michael Penix is better to sit because he, one, remains healthy, but two, has the opportunity to learn. Are we going to say that Kirk stays?
That's what I did. That's what
Okay.
I made that pick assuming.
Okay.
Or
We're
else
gonna
I
go
may
Michael
have
Penix.
I may have been like sent it with Bo Nix. So
Yeah.
you're going Nix?
I'm going Penix.
You're going Penix.
I'm
Wow,
allowing
Bo Nix.
Penix to
He'll be
rest for 1
6.
year. And yeah, he'll be starting at 26, but he'll be healthy. He'll have great mechanics. And quarterbacks last until they're 40 now.
Yeah, well,
Like,
I'm
who
sure
cares?
we'll see Bo Nix off the board pretty quickly.
Oh, yeah. He'll probably be gone by 44.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah. Gotta
All
admit
right. My pick for the Bears. Let's get a real man at center.
it. Ooh. Zach.
I think I'm going Zach. I like Christian Haynes more, but I like him at guard.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go with Zach Frazier to play center there for the Bears.
The Bears. Kind of like leaving Caleb without any wide receiver help except DJ, though.
That's fine. Go spend money on free agency.
True. But there's not really that many great wide receivers. Well, I guess there's Calvin Ridley in
If
this
they
one.
don't get slapped with franchise tags, then yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Pick 44. This is going to be Bo Nix. Quarterback's a necessity. Bo Nix is here. This is just unbelievable value. Also, I think I have a really cool edit of Bo Nix in a Raiders uniform. So might have Bo and Michael on it.
Uh-oh. All right. I'm in an interesting position, but I think this is a Saints type of player. I'm going to go with Marshawn Kneeland.
Ooh. You really like Marshawn.
I love that. He might not have a lot of moves, but everything, like he stems everything so well off of his bull rush. He's strong. He holds up against the run. He literally feels like a Saint. He feels like Cam Jordan, give me that torch. I will take it. So
pretty high praise. Okay.
Can I say, dude, I like the Broncos. The Western Michigan Broncos.
All right. So at pick 46 for the Indianapolis Colts, I wanted to get a defensive back here. Not really seeing any options that excite me too much. I like Kalen Bullock, Cam Kitchens, but I'm not going to try to go for a pure safety here. I would like Kamari Lassiter might work as like just very versatile, very smart player, but 180 scares the living hell out of me because he plays like he's actually 180. Like most players can kind of hide it. He can't. Other positions of note, I think wide receiver is, getting that wide receiver 2 is probably a smart idea for this team. Looking at the options available, Tez Walker just drops the ball too much. He was known as Mr. 50-50 in terms of
particularly at the Senior Bowl.
At the Senior Bowl. But everybody was holding their breath whether he'd drop the ball or not. I don't think Ladd McConkey serves a role in this offense the way that I would want him to. It's a little too it's not complimentary. It's a little bit too much of an overlap with Downs. Same thing with Burton. So I'm going to ditch the wide receiver route for this time. That right guard spot can use an upgrade, though. And this team loves to run the ball. I'm looking at Christian Haynes. What?
I'm literally about to do that for the Giants.
Oh, Christian Haynes?
That right guard spot, they love Will Fries.
This is what we would do, though. Dude, Will Fries is not that great.
He's fine.
Christian Haynes is a massive upgrade. You're just trying to get me to give you Christian Haynes.
I was shocked that he was going to make it back to me at 47.
Yeah, we're going Christian Haynes. Oh, yeah. I mean, I have Christian Haynes, my number 17 player on my board, so leave it there. His anchor needs work, though. I don't know what the hell was up with that.
I thought he did a fine enough job at, as they say, dying a slow death.
Yeah, true.
Oh, buddy, dude. Christian Haynes, man, would have looked so good back in blue for the Giants. And I would have felt like, look at me, man. I did a good job here. It all came together, and then it just blows up in my face.
Yep.
Golly. I guess I'm taking Chris Braswell.
Okay.
That's a fine consolation prize.
Yeah.
Get KT some help.
Yeah. You got
But
the
man, I
word.
really would have loved Christian Haynes there.
Yeah. No, it would have been good. Too bad.
Oh man, we are.
We're flying through.
We're flying, but man, I'm kind of shocked with some of the players that are here. That happens all the time. It's the draft.
It's the draft. At pick 48 with the Jacksonville Jaguars, we did end up saying that third round pick because we're just playing the safe card with the Calvin Ridley thing. If Calvin Ridley gets re-signed, this would actually be the Falcons pick. So when analyzing what's best here, we already got a corner. I think edge rusher is actually a sneaky position to target. And you got Darius Robinson here, who is kind of going to be an athletic freak at 286. Great length, great power. It's a dude who I think I might be taking. Curious what you think you would be in the mood for. Well, technically, we could go wide receiver, though, since we are kind of suggesting Calvin Ridley's gone.
So when I was saying I was shocked by who's on the board and whatnot, like Darius Robinson was the guy I was thinking of.
Well, that's why I was shocked you took Chris Braswell. I was like, because I was like, Darius Robinson.
I mean, I'm looking for someone who's playing outside, not like I'm not looking for Leonard Williams replacement.
Well, I mean,
he's not there. I know Leonard Williams is not there, but
yeah. Well, yeah, like his role.
I'd rather go with the actual edge help. You can't trust Aziz, unfortunately, to stay healthy.
I think I love Lad McConkey. I just think he's too small. He's too small to replace that role. I'm debating going Jermaine Burton here because I know it's early, but this is someone who I think could develop into a wide receiver one. 6 foot, 200 pounds. Like that's adequate versus 5'11", 190. Maybe it's an inch and 10 pounds difference, but you can tell in their play style. Tez Walker, also another one, but looking at what's going to be there in the third round for me, screw it. We're going to go free agency for wide receiver. We're going to be going after Darius Robinson here. It's a bulky edge rusher. He's going to be extremely athletic for 286 pounds. Great arm length, very versatile, unending motor, Senior Bowl player of the week. Voila.
Okay. Lad McConkey's like the first guy that comes to mind here. Tyler Boyd's a free agent. I know people are like, oh, what about Charlie Jones? And I'm going to be like, what about Charlie Jones?
He could suck it.
Oh, wow. I wasn't going to go that far. Another part of me kind of likes the idea of like a TJ Tampa in Coach Lou's defense.
Okay.
They're on the outside. I feel like they would like to get maybe a little bit more size at corner. Corner is definitely a spot there. So I think I will go with TJ Tampa.
Interesting. I'm not a fan of Tampa anymore.
I know.
Talk to you about
I know
that.
you hate him.
I know. It really sucks. I was dying to be a big fan of TJ Tampa. And it just didn't happen. But that's okay. At pick number 50 for the Philadelphia Eagles, I wish Darius Robinson were here. That'd be my dark horse pick. But instead, I'm going to go after my favorite pick for them. For a Vic Fangio system, he's used to playing with sub 230-pound linebackers and kicking ass with them. He also sticks them on the line of scrimmage, which that's exactly where Edgerrin Cooper should be. So we're going to get Cooper and then Edgerrin Cooper. Cooper Jean and Edgerrin Cooper.
That's a good pick. I think that's going to be a popular spot where the first linebacker comes off the board.
Yeah. I think dark horse is the Chargers, though, with Junior Colson, because Minter might want his guy back.
Yeah, I think Colson's going to be very good, too.
Well, Colson's just he's the Jack Campbell of the class. There's not many guys who are 6'3", 250.
That's actually kind of on point.
I mean, it really is. There's nobody who has that Mike build, like that true Mike build.
All right.
Ramses.
All right. I was thinking edge, but I don't think I'm thinking any edge anymore. Like I like Jonah Ellis, but so I'm kind of concerned about some of the measurements and weighing with him. Like I don't know why he to me he looks so much bigger, but I guess it is what it is. I think I'm actually going to go with Tyler Nubin.
Ooh.
Yeah, Jordan
He's
Fuller's a
athletic,
free agent. Quentin Lake has kind of locked himself up as their best slot player.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna go with Noob in there.
Interesting.
Add to the safety group.
Okay. At pick 52 with the Pittsburgh Steelers, we went Ennis Rakestraw Jr. in round number 1. Looking at the offensive linemen available, I'm not very comfortable Patrick Paul being an upgrade on our team, just to be completely blunt. I don't think it's early. I don't think it's the right spot for Cedric Van Pran. If we were to trade out, maybe that would be a good idea. But I just want to continue developing the team. We do have enough money, probably, and like we can flex cap to be able to sign value centers and shit. But I'm actually going to look at Junior Colson here. We haven't had a solidified linebacking core in a long time. And since Ryan Shazier, we've been looking for that final dude. Let's get him. Junior Colson, going back to Michigan, but this time instead of going for a 5'10", 230-pound dude, we're going for a 6'3", 250. The difference.
All right. Miami Dolphins. I'll take Patrick Paul here.
You
Kind of.
think he's good enough?
Yeah, doesn't have to start early on. He can move. He moves well. Long arms. Could work on him like we did Austin Jackson, but not use a first rounder on it.
This player met with the Eagles twice during the Senior Bowl. I took a picture with him because my buddy, who is an absolute Eagles diehard, loves this guy. I'm going Lad McConkey out of Georgia to play their wide receiver 3.
Ooh, very nice.
I mean, it literally fits what the Eagles should go after for a wide receiver 3 profile. Like someone who's not a huge ego dude. By the way, did I tell you I got to meet Kirby? That was fun.
Oh, you did tell me that.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you. He's very short with his words, but he's a very happy man. He was shorter than I expected.
All right. So right now,
I don't know how tall he is.
it is loading Lad McConkey up for me, but not sending him through.
That's okay. Just keep talking it. It's my screen.
Okay. Yeah. So I might have to restart this real quick.
That's okay. Just keep talking.
Right.
We're on the Browns pick. So who do you want for the Browns?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know? You can still.
You're gonna cut this little portion here,
Oh my goodness.
so I can at least catch up and look.
This dude.
All right, I was waiting for this sucker to load up. I wasn't even looking for the Browns, man.
Look.
All right, you know what? I know who I'm getting for the Browns.
Okay.
Speed kills.
Mm-hmm.
Give me Xavier Worthy.
Interesting. All right. Little itty bitty guy. Did it finally work for you?
Bitty. No, I'm literally restarting this.
Oh my goodness. Okay, while you're restarting that, I assume.
You talk, I'll catch up.
Okay, are you able to catch up? Do you remember everything, or you'll just holler at me when you don't? Just look.
I don't know.
Okay, so I'll talk about the Dallas Cowboys in the meantime while Monsieur Schmo catches up. Remember that 3rd round pick going from the Jaguars to the Falcons as well.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do right now. I'm trying to do trades.
So for the Cowboys, we went after Tyler Guyton in round number 1. Right tackle, but he's going to be transitioning to left. Dude needs some extra time to develop as well. But, I mean, he has that raw power and ferociousness that most teams will be looking for, especially the Cowboys, in a developmental player. So he had a great day 1 at the Senior Bowl, got people's attention. And so from that, I think that's perfectly fine to assume that teams are going to really enjoy him. Also the day I met Jerry Jones. So I didn't see him any other days. Maybe they just found their guy. I don't know. So for the Dallas Cowboys, if we've already addressed that left tackle position, there's a couple spots you can look. You could get the first running back off the board. I'm not there. I'm not there yet. Even though I think the value is right, I'm not there. Center-wise, it's still a bit early. I just talked about my Steelers. It was a little bit early for them. I still think it's a little bit early. The guy who I love is Bo Limmer, but I want him on a team that he can play right guard potentially if he does not land at center. Edge rusher is a dark horse need, but I just don't think that there's a proper build to replace D-Law in the future. If Darius Robinson's here, take Darius Robinson. Now, I do think defensive interior isn't a bad position to target. And why not pair up Chris Jenkins with Mozzie Smith? And I'm just going to be honest with you, Cowboys fans. I think you had too high of expectations for Mozzie starting out. He is a Feldman's Freaks List player, number 1, but he still needed a lot of development. Chris Jenkins is almost kind of the opposite, not in terms of athleticism, but he's very polished from the get-go, just not very flashy. Mozzie was more flashy and less polished. I'm going to go Chris Jenkins and boost that defensive interior with somebody who has a little bit more juice. Where are you at?
I am at pick 20.
Pick 20. There you go. Anus Rakestraw Jr.
Ah, yes. I want to remember that one.
Anus Rakestraw. So for the Packers so far, you've chosen Kool-Aid as well as Graham Barton. What positions do you think are going to be good for the Packers to target in the draft? Because I think they're a really solid team and there's not many positions that they need to target, but they have a lot of picks.
Yeah, I want to pull the gun on running back at some point, but
I agree.
And this might be the spot. And I think there's actually honestly a decent group of safeties because they have pick 88.
I don't know if they're going to be there. Well, you
safeties?
Like me.
Oh, I feel like there's going to be a few. There's actually quite a few that I like.
Okay.
So I'm actually going to go ahead and send it with Trey Benson.
I did Trey Benson at this pick myself. So
it's probably the most popular area that he goes.
Yeah. Okay, Buccaneers. I took Latu in round 1. What pick are you at, by the way?
I am at 24.
24. Okay, I'll leave that for you right there. Yeah, it's Guyton.
I am trying to remember this all from memory.
Why? Look at the screen. I have it listed for
I'm
you.
looking at the screen. I don't want to tell you while you're mid talking to move down.
Do it. Who cares? This is why we're here. We're having this experience. This is what the long version
is. This is an experience, all right.
This is the experience. Buccaneers, I took Latu in the first round. I do think that we should target a center/guard prospect here or soon. I do think wide receiver is an underrated position to target as well. Tight end, you could get some good value there, but I just feel like this team is very good at sniping tight end value down the board. Could go after a defensive back because I do still see Kamari Lassiter here, and this is a team that I think would be very smart to use him and move him around, but I do not think that Antoine Winfield Jr. is going to be gone. This is a team that needs to bring him back. He's the heart of that defense. So, what? Okay, yeah, down. Okay, good. It's tough. This is a tough pick for me because there's multiple routes that I'd be very happy going. But I think when all is said and done, I want to go offensive line. And I think Cooper Beebe is getting a bad rap. I think his aggressiveness and his consistency are admirable. And so I'm going to be going Cooper Beebe out of Kansas State.
Very nice. I like Cooper Beebe.
All right. Houston, you ended up going after Johnny Newton, but you brought up right tackle even as a potential position.
Oh, this is their second pick?
Yes. So,
well, dude,
I think there's a great pick here that you haven't mentioned yet.
Yeah, I'm not going to tackle at this point. Okay, I'm just going to say this out loud. Dalton Schultz is a free agent. Jatavion Sanders interests me. Other aspects, Kamari Lassiter being here is really good as well because Steve Nelson's a free agent. But I think the corner class is pretty solid opposed to where the tight end class, it falls off. So I think I'm going to go with Jatavion Sanders.
I literally have been circling Jatavion Sanders' name since the pick came up.
Really?
Yeah. All right, what pick are you at?
Well, since I was talking, I am right now at pick 36.
All right. Jordan Morgan. Buffalo Bills. So we ended up targeting Keon Coleman in the first round. this is a prime opportunity to get an elite level safety in Cam Kinchins. You have both of your safeties who have been there for 7 years. They're getting old, and well, they kind of already are old, but this is a great opportunity to, if you keep one or both for more than this year or next, to have a great mentorship program for someone with an unbelievable ceiling in Cam Kinchins. You could see how good he could be, and I don't fully understand what's not clicking, but once it clicks, you're going to be getting a top 15, top 20 safety in the NFL. And that is very much worth the 60th overall pick. All right, where are you at?
I am at pick 43.
43? Frazier.
Yeah, who's up right now?
You. So now you got the Detroit Lions, who you ended up selecting T'Vondre Sweat for. So
this is their second pick.
Dude,
so it's Kamari Lassiter. It's Kamari Lassiter.
I was going to say go Jonah Ellis. They drafted his father in the first round, Luther Ellis. And
what do you do? The Falcons currently have his brother.
I think they have. Well, I think the Eagles also have one of his brothers too.
They might actually. I think they had both. No Ellis, I don't think there's any with the team anymore.
I don't know if Christian's still with the team.
Yeah.
But
I think that's irrelevant. Kamari Lassiter is just really good value at a position where they're really bad at in terms of corner.
He's just so thin. But I guess that's someone who can go against a Jordan Addison if need be.
He's technically sound. He just does a lot of things really, really well.
He's just very thin. That's the only issue. Baltimore Ravens ended up drafting Troy Franklin in round number 1. This selection could potentially try to target a safety 3 because Geno Stone's gone. I think that's a bit early. So looking at other positions, I wish there were a better offensive tackle on the board. I would probably take that to develop due to the sheer amount of injuries that happen. Running back, always on the table. And there's some really good ones that are still available. I think Bucky Irving would be actually a really solid asset for this team. But this edge core actually has been fairly unproductive overall. And I want to change that. You got Jonah Ellis here. This team's known as taking the best player available. And Jonah Ellis is a top 26 player for me. He's at number 26 on my board. Okay. So we're going to go Jonah Ellis. We're going to take the best player available. It's a high value position. Where are you at?
All right. I am with the Steelers and Junior Colson. But I'm currently picking for the Kansas City Chiefs, who took A.D. Mitchell, right?
Yes, they took A.D. Mitchell.
A.D. Mitchell. Golly, dude. I would have loved if Sanders actually was there.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
But let me pose a different idea for you that you'll love this one. Johnny Wilson. Transition that dude to tight end.
I already hate it. I already hate it.
What?
I already hate it. I think I'm not. If this is second round, I don't think I'm thinking about Wilson as some project tight end.
Why? This class sucks at tight end.
And
he's a beast as a wide receiver. He's just a little slow. The dude's the GOAT.
For you. He's the GOAT for you.
He's the GOAT for me. He's my number 33 player.
Yeah. I don't think he's in my top 100.
Well, you'll learn. That's
the draft. It's a whole learning process.
I learned that Isaiah McGuire should not have been a top 2 player. So we all learn our lessons.
Oh man, I am so close.
What?
All right, so Kansas City. I took a wide receiver. I don't want to say wide receivers next necessarily like out of it. Actually, I got a kind of a fun pick here.
Okay.
I'm gonna take Leonard Taylor.
Yeah.
I don't know how they're gonna keep Chris Jones.
Yeah.
When you have like Jarius Sneed as a free agent, when you have Mike Dana, who I think they're gonna just let go anyway. That's kind of the plan with Felix Anudike Uzama.
Yeah.
But that's a lot of money you're gonna tie up in. Granted, in 2 very good players, even if they bring Chris Jones back, I think Leonard Taylor would be a very nice compliment to him.
Fair. Niners are also a team that do not give a damn for when they take a player, as we saw with a kicker in the 3rd round. And I'm going to be going Dwight McLaughlin for them.
Oh, wow. I do love Dwight.
Yeah. Dwight's an absolute feast show. In off coverage, I don't think there's a better corner in this class. Just one of those guys who has unbelievable instincts for driving on the ball, especially in man coverage. And he has the physicality to just really kick some keisters. So definitely some. You like that? Kick some keister?
Really kick some keister.
He's a beast. I love him to death. So we are going to be taking Dwight McLaughlin.
I do like Dwight.
Dude, we got to haul some ass, bro. How long have we been doing this? Hour and a half?
Oh, I'm sorry. I got sidetracked.
We're going to have to post this video as your main fucking video at some point.
Oh,
the hell?
Golly, no, dude. It'll kill me in the algorithm. There goes Dwight. Okay, so I have the Panthers. This has to be wide receiver, right? Yeah. Looking at the guys available, got Burton, got Roman Wilson. There's some guys there. Is Javon Baker on here? Yeah, he's there too.
Yeah.
Let's see, who would be the next wide receiver for me? It would be Baker.
Wow.
It would be Roman Wilson. Those are the next 2 guys. The question is, who do I want to pick from? Roman Wilson, man, separation was such a problem. And I think Baker's a fine separator. He's pretty twitched up.
Baker.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to be like, I don't think I want to be like pigeonholed with, because I really do think Roman Wilson, he's a slot.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to say screw it. I need the separation. Give me Roman Wilson.
You're going Roman?
I'm going Roman. I need the separation for the Panthers.
All right. Pick 66 for the Cardinals. We've gone wide receiver. We've got offensive line. We've gone, what? Did we get defensive interior for him yet? No. I don't think we did.
No.
We got edge rusher Braylon Trice. So we're going to go defensive interior. You got some really good options on the board. The question is, what style of defensive interior do you want? Do you want someone like Ruka Roro, who could be, 295, pure muscle, very flexible? Or do you want someone like McKinley Jackson, where sure, it's a little bit early, but, he's a player who is 320 pounds. You don't really find many more dudes like that in this class. That's option A. Option B is we look at the corners. And you still got some really, really big contributors. Kalen King, too early for him. He really screwed himself over. But I'm going to take Cam Hart out of Notre Dame. That dude had a great Senior Bowl week. People were talking about him in the bars. People were talking about him. This dude could end up being an early 2nd round pick based on his performance. He's done a pretty damn phenomenal job.
All right. Well, with the Commanders, your draft tells me that they have spent money on some edge talent.
Probably. There's a lot of them out there.
Yeah.
Chase Young is back.
Yeah, Chase Young's back. I actually think he's going to be back with the Niners.
That's expensive.
Yeah, on a 1-year prove-it deal, I think it'll be fine. So I think I want to go edge here then.
Adisa.
Yep. Adisa Isaac. Get that guy. Get that boy that flies off the edge. Honestly, surprised me a little bit in run support. It was better than I anticipated.
Dude, I'm debating just going crazy right now and pairing Drake May up with Tez Walker again. I already got Jalen Polk, but Tez Walker actually complements Jalen Polk.
Dude, send it. Do whatever you want, man.
We ball. We're going Tez Walker. Pairing back up with Drake, fake May. I love it.
All right, Chargers. Parasol, I grabbed alt. I probably should start thinking defense, or I could say to hell with the defense and go running back. Nah, I ain't going to do that. I ain't going to do that. I'm no fool. We could get a good running back on day 3. Austin Eckler taught me so.
True.
I think here, honestly, this might not be that surprising. I think I might Go with the Michigan boy.
You're going to go after Braden?
No, I'm going to go after Mike Sainers still.
Ooh, I like that. Mikey.
I mean, hey,
That dude's a
Chargers,
dog.
they're still light at corner, but
Mike's
it's
not gonna
fine.
play
It's
that
fine.
great.
We're getting Sainers still for a slot, so it doesn't matter.
And he could play safety if you really want to in certain sub packages, but dude's absolute butt cheeks in zone coverage. He's just so fun.
I mean, dude was a receiver a couple of years ago, so
Yeah, like it's understandable. Pick 70 for the Giants. We've gone Neighbors, McCarthy, Braswell. So still need some help on the offensive line. And to help out, I actually think Christian Mahogany is a great fit. I don't know why. When I watch him, he feels like a New York Giant. Yeah, he feels like a New York Giant. So we're going to go after Christian Mahogany and show some respect on his name. Shout out to my boy, James Foster from A to Z, for showing all the love for him.
All right, Arizona Cardinals. I kind of want to take a swing here.
Go D-line. I was planning on going D-line.
I'm not going D-line, actually. I'm going to go right behind that with linebacker. No. I'm going to go with Aiden Wilson.
Injuries.
But this dude, like I said, I'm taking a swing. This dude flies all over the place.
All right. I'm going to make this pick.
Be a leader of the defense.
Yeah. He's a good player. Sub 240, though. A little bit worrisome. For the Jets, I'm going to run this to the podium. Jermaine Burton. They need a true wide receiver or two. And this dude absolutely flies. He's a top 30 player on my board. Should have went earlier.
All right, don't have an edge yet for the Lions, and I ain't gonna lie, I don't really care that much about grabbing an edge. There's gonna be guys later on in the draft that I'm like honestly okay with and fine with. So instead, go what?
Go Bo Limmer.
No, I ain't going Bo Limmer. I like Bo Limmer, but I think.
Come on, center and right guard is open for him.
I know, but I could get a guy that also can cover tackle.
Who? Puny?
Dominic Puny. I need me a little Puny tame.
I like Dominic. He's a good player.
He's a good player. I was shocked at how good he did at center on day 2. I was like, what the heck?
Yeah, no, he was a good player.
You tell me you play all 5 positions? Calm down.
He might end up being taken higher than this. But yeah. Pick 74 for the Atlanta Falcons. So we've drafted Rome Odunze, and we've also brought in a star quarterback in Justin Fields. I can't wait to get the comments on that. We're going to be going after an edge rusher here. And I'm actually going to target. I want to see his weight really quick. Oh, man, I forgot he was so freaking small.
Yeah, he's like 6 foot tall, too.
Javon? Or are you talking about Xavier?
Solomon. No, Javon Solomon.
Javon Solomon?
Like 6 foot?
He's 6'2".
Here, hold on. Let me see.
Well, maybe that's not updated for Senior Bowl. But
Senior Bowl, 6 foot, 247. Huge arms, though.
That's acceptable. I'm going Javon Solomon. Yeah. I like Javon. He's not officially ranked on my board yet, but I love the tape I've seen from him.
All right, I'm finally going to get a receiver for the Bears.
Hello.
Going with Javon Baker.
Baker.
I think he's actually a really good compliment to DJ.
Okay. So pick 76 for the Denver Broncos. We've gone after corner so far, and they have not had another pick.
Nope.
So,
hey, go get your quarterback.
True. I mean, it could go get Joe right now. That'd be pretty baller. But I am actually going to look at the wide receiver room. Johnny Wilson's actually quite intriguing to me. You know how much I love him, so it's more BPA than anything. But I'm actually going to opt for edge rusher. I'm going to go Xavier Thomas. I think it's somebody who's extremely criminally underrated. He's very light compared to what he used to be. He used to be 265. Now he's 245. And but the movement skills were insane. He lit it up at the East-West. So I think that's somebody who certainly can end up continuing to make a presence for himself there in Denver.
All right, you go Xavier Thomas. I think I'm going to go corner here for the Raiders.
Okay.
Do I? I mean, I think I do, though.
Who are you looking at? Kalen?
Well, I was thinking of Cedric Van Pran for a second.
SVP.
But I think I am going to go with corner. Again, it's just such a good interior class. I'm going to go with Renardo Green out of Florida State. Dude was really good at the Shrine. Had a really solid season. If you're looking for a press corner guy, he can be that. Gives you a little bit better size, I guess, at corner. It's not like he's huge, but dude plays a lot bigger than he is.
Fair point. I picked 78 with the Seattle Seahawks. I'm actually going to be drafting a linebacker here in Defwan Olufosho.
Oh, man, after my own heart.
Yep.
I freaking love that guy.
He's a monster. He's been top 70 for me.
I've been watching him for like the last 3 years.
Yep. The dude's just super solid overall. 6'1", 240. Just really solid build. Multiple linebackers up for a contract, and you get to keep them there at home.
All right, Falcons. We grabbed Solomon. We grabbed
Justin and Rome.
Justin Rome. I guess I kind of want to go interior here. Could also go corner, but I think I want to go interior. Maybe a guy with. Does size really matter? Yeah, I think size matters actually a little bit.
Where do you have Cowing on your board?
He dropped a little bit. I have him more bid day 3, excuse me.
Damn.
I mean, dude, at the Senior Bowl, it's like you can't show up 5'8", 165 and not look like the smoothest, fastest guy out there.
That's fair.
You just can't do it. You just can't. And he did.
Dude, pair up Jalen McMillan with Romo Dunze.
Oh, that'd be funny.
That'd be sick.
I don't think I'm going to, but that would be funny. It would be funny. Well, actually, I think I like the corner position here a little bit more.
Okay.
I'm going to go after Jarvis Brownlee of Louisville.
All right.
Get some competition there next to AJ Terrell.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Bengals. You're not going to like this. I'm going to go after Johnny Wilson and potentially put him at tight end. If that doesn't work, he's going to be a great jump catch threat.
You hate Tanner Hudson, dude?
Yes. Other position I would potentially target. I already selected Wilson, but I would look at Ruka Rorho in a heartbeat, pair him back up with his buddy there in Myles Murphy.
Okay.
But
so Seahawks didn't have a second. They took Jackson Powers Johnson. I almost said John Michael Schmitz.
Same guy.
Same guy, right? Same guy. They do need interior help. There are interior guys I think I'm willing to take here. Michael Hall, not the size that I want, unfortunately. There is Rook Arohoro, but I keep looking at it. I keep wanting a little bit bigger.
A little bit. A little bit what?
A little bit bigger.
Damn.
Rook Arohoro, he's sub 300.
He is sub 300.
I'm going to go with Dwayne Carter, dude. They like their bull rushers from the interior. And
he had a good senior week.
Yeah, I mean, if anything, he was definitely one of the better bull rushers there.
Yeah. Now I'm stuck in the little wheel of death drafting Dwayne Carter. But I'll just talk about the Colts pick while it loads up. We've already drafted a guard in Christian Haynes. Stole him right there from you. And then also got Brock Bowers. Very offensive heavy, if I may say. I'm actually going to go safety here. I'm going to replace Blackman with Bullock. I think Blackman was a USC safety as well, wasn't he?
Utah.
Oh, I remember it being Pac-12.
You were in the Pac-12, dude.
Yep. I remember seeing the
close.
red in Pac-12. But Kalen Bullock, he's my safety one. It's just BPA.
All right, this one might come a little bit interesting because what I took Wiggins and then I took Newbin. Do I want to
Yeah.
stick with the defense? I could stick with the defense. I don't think that's a bad idea, but I don't. Yeah, no, I'm not going to stick with the defense. I think instead,
Some Braden Fiske up here.
yeah, he's fun. He's fun-ish,
Ish.
I guess. I think. Okay, I got to narrow down to one person. Just making sure I'm not missing anyone else. Doesn't look like it. All right, yeah, no, I think I'm gonna go with Christian Jones to man up that left tackle spot, or at least contend for it.
He actually played some good reps at right tackle at the Senior Bowl.
Yeah, I know, right? I was kind of shocked. Like
surprised.
he was definitely more up and down on day 2 and day 3, but like I think he was like one of the biggest winners of the week.
He proved that he could actually play. That's the big one.
Right.
Steelers, this is an easy pick for me. It's Cedric Van Pran. We need a center, and this dude has instant chemistry with Broderick Jones. So, end up getting Ennis Rakestraw, Junior Colson, and now Cedric Van Pran.
All right. Well, Dolphins forfeited their 3rd round pick. I love being a Dolphins fan. Fins up.
Lamau.
Yeah. All right. So I grabbed Sanders. I grabbed. Oh, yeah, that's right. Newton.
You're like, damn.
Shit.
You're like, why did I do this to myself?
Wait,
did you get a corner?
No, I don't think so.
You got
It's only been the 2 picks. So Newton.
Yeah, Newton Sanders.
And Sanders. I think I'm gonna go get me Javon Bullard.
Really? I'm not a fan of Javon Bullard.
I think Bullard's gonna be a good off cover, like traditional safety. Like he was a dude that sure looked better in the one-on-ones, considering he was from the slot.
Yeah.
And I still think he can be, but he gives me like Jimmy Ward vibes.
I gotta see where Javon is on my board.
He's about this range for me, so
I'm seeing like maybe I shouldn't look at my board. I should probably look at where I actually like what my actual grade of his is, because the coaches at the Senior Bowl were pissed. They were livid with him sometimes, which is interesting. Because I didn't expect that. But yeah, Javon Bullard is graded as my 2nd worst safety that I've graded so far, which is not saying that much, like official grade wise.
Wow, I like him. I thought he had a really good year.
Well, I don't like Newbin either. So the 2 safeties you've drafted have been the safeties I don't like, which is okay. Pick 86 for the Browns. What did you pick for the Brownies? You got Xavier Worthy. Speed kills, you said.
Speed kills, baby.
I'm going to stick it right to Cincinnati, and I'm going to take Ruko Rorho to play the inside and potentially even learn some reps on the outside from DPOY Myles Garrett. It's just too damn good.
All right. I know this pick. Dallas Cowboys, Tony Pollard, free agent.
Yeah.
Let's maybe look at the run back. Only one running back off the board? Come on. Let's replace Tony Pollard with a guy who is actually from the state in Jonathan Brooks.
Okay. ACL tear, huh?
How many players have had ACL tears?
Not many declare for the draft right after they had one.
I mean, shoot. Blake Corn probably went a lot earlier after his injury last year if he decided to declare.
He should have, but that's because he's a little friggin' hamster.
Hey, he got an natty out of it. It's fine.
So I'm curious.
I ain't worried about it. Brooks doesn't have injury, like a history of injuries issues. So
I always get scared about ACL tears on running backs because I don't know if they come back the exact same. But my dream running back for the Cowboys is Audric Estime, because I think he reminds me of a worse version of Zach Charbonnet. Huh?
I like Audrick's my next run back off the board. So
Fair.
is he?
I don't think so. It should be Bucky Irving, but that's okay.
No, Bucky Irvin's right
Yeah.
after him.
Oh, okay. I mean, they're different styles of player too.
Yeah,
But
exactly. Yeah.
Packers, you've taken Trey Benson, Graham Barton, as well as Kool-Aid McKinstry. I'm going to look at safety.
I think it's about time.
It's about time.
I can give you some guys I like here.
Sure.
I like Jaden Hicks. I think he's a good combination of size and speed.
That was the guy I was thinking of.
Yeah, we got DTD, the
like
cat at Texas Tech.
Yeah,
who
I
was
like
really good
Malik
at the
Mustafa,
shrine.
actually.
He could play slot. He could play deep. You got Cole Bishop, who measurements aren't ideal, but
yeah, he's a little slow.
Yeah, but hey, really depends on what you're asking him to do. But he flies around that box.
Yeah, he's a good player. I just don't think that's I like Malik Mustafa actually quite a bit.
I like him too, but he's a thumper.
He's a day 3 guy, huh?
Yeah, he's definitely a day 3 guy.
I'm gonna go Jaden Hicks. Gonna shout out Washington State. He's had very high highs, some very low lows, but I think this team has enough flexibility to handle that.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers went Liatu, Latu, Cooper, BB. I actually like that quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice. Very nice.
Those are just 2 dudes you know are going to work.
Yeah. Now I'm thinking, do I go? I mean, wide receiver is almost out of the question at this point.
Yeah.
So we could go with some cornerback depth. At that point, I'm looking at. I mean, Kalen Carson honestly fits Bowles. We could also go with Jeremiah Trotter.
Yeah.
Because I think Levante David probably wants to finish his career as a Buck, so he's sticking around. But I think Devin White's probably gone.
Yeah.
They probably want someone who actually will play the linebacker position. But they also got what was his name? Servassier Dennis at Pitt.
Yep. I love Servassier.
Yeah, I liked him too.
He was a good senior linebacker.
I'm gonna go Kalen Carson. Get some more depth. They were beat up. Good. Jameel Dean, Carlton Davis, they were beat up this year. Carlton Davis kind of had a down year anyway.
Yeah. Cardinals, I'm going D tackle. McKinley Jackson, 320 pounds, gap penetrator. You need help on defensive interior. You got it.
Yeah, he a big boy. Yeah. That was actually one of the like when I was talking about size, I was like, do I go Carter? Do I go thick?
Thick always.
All right, Green Bay Packers. At this point, I feel like I'm just taking like best players available.
Yeah.
Audric Estime kind of. Well, I took Trey Benson. I was like, AJ Dillon's a free agent. I was like, I took Trey Benson. I can't do that. Can't take 2 running backs.
Why would Braylon Allen declare if he's not going to go that high?
I think if anything, he should have transferred. Not be.
I agree. No, but
for Fickle,
he was like the second player to declare. He must have heard something.
He's such a unique build, man. He's such a unique build. I'm still be willing to take a shot at him, probably in this like area.
This is a team to take a shot on him.
No, it's too late. I already pulled the trigger earlier at running back. It's too late.
Yeah, but Trey's completely different. This is a team that has thrived off of the extremes.
It's fine. It's fine. No, I'm not doing it. If I want to take another shot at run back, I'll do it well on day 3.
Fair.
On the Packers.
What are you doing instead then?
Instead, oh man, the world is my oyster, and I'm about to shuck it. All right, so the nickel's kind of open there. They've played Nixon there a little bit, but honestly, I could just go with a nickel defender because there is a guy I like in this area.
Abrams?
No, I do like me some Chris Abrams strain though, but his size kind of like
it's worrisome.
Yeah, it makes me limp. I'm gonna go Jerrion Jones out of Florida State. He brings that size and physicality, and fun fact, he's got outside versatility.
Adding another corner to the mix. We love it.
Depth, talent, competition.
Okay, so for the Detroit Lions, I'm gonna do what you should have done. I'm looking at Bo Limmer. I'm making sure you haven't. Did you take a linebacker? Ugh, you already took Dominic Puny, but I'm gonna double up because I think Frank Ragnow, with his degenerative knee issue, is actually contemplating retirement, and I love center and guard versatility, and I'm gonna replace Arkansas center with a potentially better Arkansas center. I love Frank Ragnow. I just love Bo Limmer too.
Oh man. Okay. So I'm right now messing around with some fan fiction I got going on in my head
Okay.
with the Ravens. So in my head, I think Derrick Henry's going to the Baltimore Ravens.
Oh,
I can't get past that. I think Derrick Henry's
Jesus.
going there. He's going to pair up with Keenan Mitchell, and it's going to be thunder and lightning. Or I'll just go with the cheaper route
Braylon Allen.
and take Audric Estimate here.
You could go Braylon Allen.
No, I'm going to take the more effective back this year in Audric Estimate.
All righty. Audric is off the board. Pick 94 with the Chiefs. What, we've gone Leonard Taylor as well as
AD Mitchell.
AD Mitchell. Okay. Honestly, it's probably a draft that I've done before. So, it is what it is. Looking at the options available, I do think you could look at the corners, but I think this guy fits this team to a T. Ben Sinnott out of Kansas State. That's a good contingency plan at tight end. Really physical too, willing to block.
That's nice.
He's not a great tight end, but this is a guy that I think fits
really good
well.
tight end though.
Huh?
He's a really good tight end though.
He's a solid tight end. He's a really good fit for Kansas City.
I think he can be a really good tight end.
Well, that's why I'm taking him here at 94.
Then don't talk back to me when I say I think he could be really good. Okay?
Why didn't you take him earlier?
Because tight end's not that good in this class.
Oh my god, there we go. That should be even more reason to take a pretty good tight end.
Like legit, the only other guy I'd be willing to take probably after this, you could talk Cade Stover, you could talk Dalen Holker, and after that, I want no part of this class. Like Jaheim Bell,
Johnson.
I just don't know what to do with you.
Yeah, Theo Johnson's solid.
Yeah,
I
feel like he's a bit more of a project.
Yeah, I like Eric All as well.
Eric All is
he's a good route runner, man.
He's mid.
He's a good route runner.
Mid. All right, where's San Fran at? Dwight McLaughlin, that's a good pickup. And then Kingsley Sumatea. Honestly, that I don't think I'd be done wrapping up with the offensive line at this point.
We got Blake Fisher there.
Yeah, I feel like he's kind of a big project, though.
Well, that's why he's not starting.
Yeah, great tools, big project. Cedric's gone. Oh no.
Are you looking at your board?
I'm looking at my board, then I have to jump to my rankings. I would like Mason McCormick here. I won't mind.
Ooh.
He's just not in the simulator, I think.
Yeah. That's like the one guy who I've been dying to have put on here.
Yeah. I'll take Zach Zittner. That's a very fine consolation prize.
Yeah. I'm glad that you didn't end up saying Drake Nugent because I think with his athleticism, a little bit on the smaller side, but I think he's the perfect bulky interior offensive lineman. So I'm going to go Drake Nugent for the Jacksonville Jaguars. That was the guy who I was praying to be available here.
Okay. Philadelphia Eagles did a whole lot of things, didn't you?
Yeah. We got Ladd, Edrin Cooper, and Cooper DeJean.
Okay. Oh, I mean, I would consider running back, but I'm pretty sure they're going to end up with like Austin Eckler or J.K. Dobbins. Like
maybe
that just feels like what's going to happen.
But hell, why not just end up getting Marshawn Lloyd or Bucky Irving?
Yeah, Bucky Irving would be fun.
He fits the Eagles profile too, dude.
Yeah, but they really like Kenneth Gainwell is that type of guy.
Yeah, that's fair.
Did we look at offensive line for that? I said, did we look at offensive line for him? And
Blake
it's like,
Fisher actually would be a really good pick.
I
He's a
know, but
2-year project.
I don't want to take him here. At this point, I feel like
I'm taking him with the next pick if you don't take.
Yeah, you're gonna take him with the next pick because I'm not gonna go with him here.
Okay.
Instead,
Jeremiah Trotter could end up going back to his papa's team.
man, wouldn't that be funny? Didn't you already took Cooper though? And I'm sure they don't want to give
Play
up
different
on
roles.
Jacoby Dean. Trotter would be best player available for me too. That's the thing.
You can go Tommy Eichenberg for a bigger build at linebacker.
I could actually. I think I'm gonna go with Austin Booker.
Ooh, the edge rusher.
Yep, he's not ready to start yet. He's definitely he's got to put more mass on the build. He's got a lot of technique things that need to be worked out, which is perfect. The Eagles love doing that stuff.
Yeah.
They love working these guys in.
I already spoiled it. I'm going Blake Fisher for the Niners. He needs 2 years to develop, but that dude has great length, great build. Dude just needs to have some time to put it together. And that's why Kingsley will be the future left tackle, short-term right, and Blake will be the future right. They just went 3 offensive linemen with 4 picks. God tier.
All right. So Bills, you took Keon Coleman, you took Cameron Kitchens. Those are fine picks there. They actually ran into a little linebacker trouble this year. So I guess I'll go with Trotter.
Jeremiah Trotter.
Yeah.
All right. Ending off the draft, the Commanders. Oh, so far what? We've gone after. Do we get edge rusher yet? I know that you were.
I think I grabbed Adisa.
Yes, we got Morgan. We got who's the other guy? Karan. And then we also have Jaden Daniels. So 2 tackles, or 1 offensive lineman, 1 tackle, 1 edge rusher, 1 quarterback. Looking at the edge rushers available. I don't know why they have Steve Linton in here. I'm pretty sure he transferred. He's not even in this class.
Yeah, no. They got a couple of guys in here that either returned or transferred.
I really like Mohamed Kamara.
He's nice.
I want that to be the end of the draft. I'm going to go Mo Kamara. Really talented edge rusher. He's going to pair well with Adisa Isaac as well. A lot of people are saying Mo Kamara might actually be the steal from the Shrine Bowl as well. So that is going to be the draft.
Golly.
We did it. We did it, Schmo. We did it.
I know. Now we have to do it again.
Well, this time we can actually say it because we know the picks.
Yeah.
So it could be a 40-minute video rather than 2 hours.
Is that where we're at? 2 hours?
Yep.
Golly.
I know. My computer's going to be fucked in terms of memory, but that's okay. We ball. We ball, baby.
We ball.
All right. So thank y'all so much for suffering through this with us and being able to join. Thank you, Schmo, for hopping on the show, just as I'm about to hop onto yours. But for those of y'all watching, thank you. Take care. See you on the far side. Peace.
Later.